welcome back to band9. In this lesson we're taking on an ielts speaking part 1 topic that comes up far more often than you'd expect: hats and caps. We'll brainstorm every question together, and then I'll give you a full set of band9 style answers. First, a quick reminder of what part 1 actually is. It lasts about 4 to 5 minutes, and the examiner asks you short questions on 3 familiar topics. Each answer should run to roughly 2 to 4 sentences, which is about 20 to 40 seconds. And here is the key point that so many candidates miss. You are not marked on how interesting your ideas are. You are marked on how naturally, accurately, and fluently you say them. Here is our topic card. Number 50, hats and caps. 4 questions. Is wearing hats popular in your country? Do you like to wear hats? What kinds of hats do you have? And where do you like to buy your hats? Pause the video right here and try answering all 4 out loud before you hear my versions. Every answer I give follows the same 3-step shape. Step 1. Answer. Respond directly in your very first sentence and never circle around the question. Step 2. Reason. Explain why, using because, mainly because, or since. Step 3. Extend. Add 1 example, 1 contrast, or 1 personal detail. That 3rd step is exactly where most candidates stop too early. Small phrases like "that said," "having said that," or "to be fair," let you add a contrast and show off your range at the same time. Let's brainstorm. Notice that I am writing seeds, not sentences. For question 1, is wearing hats popular? My angle is yes, but for practical reasons rather than fashion. The climate gives me my reason: strong sun for most of the year, and then I can contrast younger people wearing caps as fashion with everyone else wearing hats purely for function. For question 2, do I like wearing hats? Honestly, not really. My reasons are that they are uncomfortable and they flatten my hair. My extension is the one exception: long hours out in the sun. Question 3. What kinds of hats do you have? The trap here is answering with a single word, a cap, and then stopping. Instead, be specific. 2 or 3 items, each with a clear purpose. A navy baseball cap for running errands, and a straw sun hat from a beach holiday. Then add a habit. I stick to neutral colors. For question 4, where you buy them, I'll go with online for the wider choice and then push back against myself. Hats are hard to buy without trying them on, so for anything I care about, I'd go into a real shop. Question 1. Is wearing hats popular in your country? Fairly popular, yes, though I'd say it's driven more by practicality than by fashion. Because we get such fierce sunshine for most of the year, a wide-brimmed hat is almost a necessity rather than a style statement. That said, among younger people, baseball caps have definitely caught on as a fashion item in their own right. Look at the shape there. A direct answer, then because for the reason, then that's said to flip into a contrast. Question 2. Do you like to wear hats? Honesty, not particularly. I've never quite got used to the feeling of something sitting on my head, and I always end up with rather flat, messy hair afterwards. I'll happily wear one if I'm out in the sun for hours on end, but purely out of necessity rather than choice. Notice that a negative answer is completely fine. What matters is that you explain it. Question 3. What kinds of hats do you have? Only 2 or 3, actually. There's a plain navy baseball cap that I throw on for running errands, and a straw sun hat I bought for a beach holiday which barely sees the light of day. I tend to stick with neutral colors, mainly because they go with just about everything. Specific detail is what makes this sound real rather than rehearsed. Question 4. Where do you like to buy your hats? I usually just pick them up online, mainly because the choice is so much wider and you can compare prices in seconds. Having said that, hats are notoriously tricky to buy blind. Sizing varies wildly from brand to brand, so for anything I actually care about, I'd rather go into a shop and try it on first. That having said, that is doing a lot of work. It lets me argue against myself and sound thoughtful. Here are the first two answers together, so you can read them as a whole. Pause the video and read them aloud. Copy the rhythm before you copy the words. And the last two. Notice how short these actually are on the page. Nothing here is longer than 4 sentences. Part 1 rewards control, not volume. Let's bank the language, driven more by practicality than fashion, meaning motivated by usefulness rather than looks. Fierce sunshine, very strong, harsh sun. A wide-brimmed hat, one with a broad edge all the way round. A style statement, something worn to express your taste. To catch on, meaning to become popular. In its own right, meaning independently. And never quite got used to, meaning never fully adapted to. Part 2 of the language bank. Out of necessity rather than choice. To throw something on, to put it on quickly and casually. To run errands, to do small everyday jobs outside the house. Barely sees the light of day, meaning almost never used. Goes with just about everything. To buy blind, to buy without seeing or trying something. Sizing varies wildly. And having said that, which simply introduces a contrast. So why would these answers sit at band 9? Fluency and coherence. There is no long hesitation, and the ideas are linked with mainly because and that said. Lexical resource. The language is idiomatic and precise, with phrases like caught on and barely sees the light of day. Grammatical range. Relative clauses. The present perfect and conditionals all appear naturally. Pronunciation cannot be judged from a script, so you must record yourself and listen back. And an important caveat. This Band 9 assessment reflects an internal quality check against the public ielts band descriptors. It is not a score awarded by a certified examiner, and no model answer can guarantee you a band. Before you go, 5 things to avoid. 1. Answering with a single word and stopping dead. 2. Reciting a memorized speech, which examiners spot almost instantly. 3. Over-answering. A 90-second part 1 answer is too long, not impressive. 4. Repeating the question word for word before you answer it. And 5. Using it depends as your whole answer instead of as an opening. Here is your challenge. Record yourself answering all 4 questions. Use the answer, reason, extend shape every single time. Replace my details with your own real life. Then listen back and count your long pauses. Put your best answer to question 3 in the comments and I'll read through them. If this helps, subscribe to bmaster79 for more IELTS walkthroughs. See you in the next one.